Hi everyone, today we are going to see how no-code Datawiza easily integrates Microsoft Entra External ID authentication with a web application. Datawiza, functioning as a reverse proxy, employs OIDC or SAML protocols to integrate Microsoft Entra External ID with applications, effectively cutting complex coding tasks. When a user attempts to access the app, Datawiza intercepts the request and redirects the user to Microsoft Entra External ID for authentication. Upon successful login, Microsoft Entra External ID redirects the user back to Datawiza with authentication tokens. Datawiza then validates these tokens and creates a session. For subsequent requests, Datawiza acts as a reverse proxy, forwarding the user's traffic to the app while enriching the requests with user information, such as username or email, through HTTP headers or by including a JWT token. Datawiza can be delivered as a SaaS solution, eliminating the need for any installation or maintenance. Alternatively, it can be set up within your environment, either on premises or in the cloud. Now let's begin with the step-by-step instructions. First, let's do the configuration on Microsoft Entra Admin Center. Create a new application. The redirect URL is the application URL +/datawiza/authorization code/callback. Copy the tenant ID and client ID. We will need them later to configure Datawiza. Then we are going to create a client secret, copy the client secret as well. Next, create a new user flow, ensuring to select the options that best suit your requirements. Assign the application you just created. Second, log in to Datawiza Cloud Management Console by visiting console.datawiza.com. Click the Get Started button. Create a new deployment called Datawiza Demo and create a new application called Web App. Couple of things we should point out here: the application URL is the entry point user will need to type into the browser, and the listen port number is the port our access proxy will listen on. And the upstream address is the internal address of the protected application. This step is to configure a new Microsoft Entra External ID IDP. I will name it as External ID for Web App. Choose the protocol OIDC and select the identity provider as Microsoft Entra External ID. Then we will input the following values, including client ID, client secret and issuer. We have got these values from part 1. Copy the two generated commands, and you might need them later. If your application expects more user info through the header, cookie, or JWT token, you can set up here to make the Datawiza Access Proxy handle all these for you, including user attribute mapping, transmission, bypass, etc. In this example, I will set up an attribute pass for email. After setting this, the web application will be able to receive the email value through the header. If you choose Datawiza SaaS model, everything is set up for you. However, if you prefer to host Datawiza within your own environment, you'll need to simply switch to your server and execute the previously copied two commands. The first is to download Datawiza software image, and the second is to run Datawiza proxy. After running two simple command lines, you will find that the Datawiza Access Proxy is already up and running. So far, we have finished the configuration part. Now let's visit the application. As you can see, the user is required to authenticate via Microsoft Entra External ID. Since MFA is required in our sign-in policy, the user needs to input the MFA code. After the authentication, the user can access the application and the application retrieves the user information from HTTP headers and displays them. Datawiza Access Proxy simplifies the process of enabling Microsoft Entra External ID for applications. Thank you for watching, and if you're interested in it or have any questions, please feel free to contact us.